What is, out of all the locations in America that you could choose to try to find a place to live, what is possibly the most expensive place? Besides LA. I'm going to make it a little easier for you guys to guess. New York. Yep, you guys guessed pretty fast. New York City. Now I want you to imagine, in the heart of Manhattan, right next to Central Park, where the skyscrapers are the most skyscrapery and the New York is the most New Yorky, okay? How much luxury do you think a grueling, disgusting, rancid, putrid $28 million will buy you? You're about to find out. This shit is like possibly the biggest eyesore to the New York skyline I have ever seen. Hypers in chat if you're a New Yorker, like in the city New Yorker, because you're gonna appreciate my dunking on this building more likely than not. That's right. We're touring that thin skyscraper.
What's up, everybody? It's Enes here. Welcome to another episode. We're here in Central Park, taking a little walk, enjoying this incredible city. Today's tour is very special because we're going to be touring the skyscraper right behind me. This is 111 West 57, the most slender skyscraper in.
And there are taller buildings in the distance too. That's the crazy thing. The last time I was in New York City was when I was 16, and boy has it changed. Like the amount of construction that has been done, the amount of insane like skyscraper additions that have been made. I'm pretty sure that's Avengers Tower over there. Yeah, see the balcony? I'm pretty sure that's Avengers Tower. Yeah, New York is not real. This is a fake location. It's not real. Does this building exist in Spider-Man 2? I'm actually curious. Can you guys send me a video of like Miles Morales jumping off this building and then like thwipping a swing at the last second before hitting the ground? This building's got to be in the game, right? Like, they really faithfully recreate New York City. I'm pretty sure it's, like, actually just a one-to-one recreation of New York City at the time that they were developing, right? I think it does. That's dope. Yeah, someone should try to send me that. That would be cool to watch. It's like, okay, now let's watch Spider-Man swing around this tower in the video game. You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure the guy who wrote that op-ed, what was it? The exaggerated swagger of a black teen or whatever was the line. I'm pretty sure the guy who wrote that op-ed and thus that quote was black. Like, people were making fun of him as if like some white liberal woke like white guilt dude wrote that and was like accidentally racist, but I am like 99% sure a black man wrote that op-ed and wrote that line in particular, which makes it kind of weird that the internet's response, a bunch of white people's response, was to make fun of that line and say, actually, that's racist. Like, you're correct, Zant? Yeah, does it not seem like it's kind of cringe that a bunch of white people online then responded, oh, accidental woke racism? I guess it is a little bit like, it sounds boomery, I guess, is like the most silly, I would say, but like, I don't know. I feel like when you know the backstory behind it, the context makes it feel a little different how that got memed, you know? Yeah, I don't think most people knew the guy who wrote that line was black. I think most people assumed it was like a liberal soy latte sipping like white dude with white guilt.
In the world. It's 1,428 feet tall, making it the second tallest residential building in the Western Hemisphere. Today we'll be touring the 43rd floor unit that gets some of the best views.
It just looms over Central Park like Sauron's tower. Like Barad-dûr. Like, you can't avoid that goddamn thing at any point. You have to literally hide yourself underneath the tree line of Central Park. I've been all up in Central Park, by the way. Maybe one day I'll go back to New York and be able to do like a video where we just like explore around, you know, see some cool New York stuff, particularly explore Central Park. I like it there. It's pretty nice. I would probably want to visit when it's warmer, more likely than not, for the sake of ease of getting around and recording.
Of Central Park and the whole city. Specs on this unit, We got 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 4,492 square feet of interior space with an asking price of $28,750,000. As always, we will leave more information about the property down in the description. And before we start our tour, I want to thank Amy Williamson, who's the director of sales for this building, for allowing us to tour her amazing listing. Now, let's begin.
Like, listen, I can't hate that much, right? Because if you've got the money to afford a nice place and you want to get a nice place, and you're not like someone who's out there saying you like, none of the people living in that tower are like champagne socialists, right? Like, none of the people living in this tower are owning it, dude. They are owning the porky capitalist label in every way, shape, and form. They are living in a glass tower in the middle of one of the most expensive cities in the world, in the tallest tower nearby, okay? They are owning it through and through. There is no irony. There is just full self-awareness. That, I guess, you can't really give as much flack, right? Yeah, you know what this reminds? It looks like a cyberpunk building. You know what's crazy? Just based on how much New York City has changed in my lifetime, this city is going to look like Cyberpunk 2077 by the time I'm 50. Like, the crazy thing is, where like Johnny Silverhands, like if you're my age, if you're like a Zoomer, you're roughly like what the Johnny Silverhand aged people will be in 2077, right? Like he was born around now, or around like the early 2000s, if I recall correctly. Or no, he would have been born like 2010s, 2020s. He was in his like 50s or whatever. 1999. Yeah. He was born in 1988. Oh yeah, he was older, yeah, because he'd been dead for a while by 2077, you're right. This is Hassan's future HQ. No, I don't think even Hassan will ever be able to afford something like this. No streamer will ever... Mr. Beast might be able to afford this in 10 years. Like, the amount of... The wealthiest people in the world. Like, honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. Chances are... Yeah, because Johnny died in 2023, right? Yeah. Yeah, shit. Anyway, the people who live in this building... are like, many of them are probably not even American rich people. That's the crazy thing. I know that a lot of you guys, like you might not even consider this, but if you are wealthy enough, like if you are one of like the wealthy motherfuckers of the top tier in this world, you can afford and you have the means to just have a palace of a skyscraper apartment in New York City. And you just would. Because why would you stay in a hotel when you could have your own luxury place that is yours to stay in when you visit New York City for business trips? You know? Oh, it's still under construction here. In the video I watched off stream, I watched a different video than this one, a different tour. It wasn't under construction anymore. It's fully complete now. But here, like, we're obviously not going to be touring a under construction apartment, I think, but the building itself still had bits that were under construction, it looked like, when this was filmed. God. Oh, my lord. Okay, guys, okay, listen, all right? Maybe this is a taste thing. I don't like this as, like, the vibe of a place I'm going to live, okay? Also, this is like the tower. Notice that? They find excuses to incorporate the design of the entire tower into a bunch of different places in the architecture of the building inside. Like the doorknobs are shaped like the tower. They put like a mini version of the tower in the lobby. Yeah, they try to copy this like Roman, Greek, whatever, like Catholic cathedral aesthetic, yeah. Like it's trying to look like the Vatican. God damn.
All right, everyone, here we are at the entry gallery. A little bit of information about this building. We got 46 residences.
Yeah, it's very still under construction in this video. Guys, In the finished video, like, or not in the finished video, in the video that shows the finished skyscraper, it is so much taller than like every other building around. It might be in the top 3 tallest buildings in all of New York City. Unironically, I'm pretty sure that's the Empire State Building right there. No, is that, which building is that? I know it's a famous one. I don't know jack shit about famous New York buildings. Okay, Chrysler Building. I knew it was one of the two. That probably means this would be the Empire State Building. Unless it's behind. They're not too far from each other. I know that, right? Empire State Building's on the right. Yeah, right here. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mixed them up. Listen, I've been to New York twice, and one of those times I was 8 years old, okay?
That are either full floor, duplexes, or on the 72nd floor, we have a triplex penthouse.
It feels so wrong having, like, an insurance company's building tower above the main mass of the Chrysler Building, and to have this fucking apartment building tower above the Empire State Building. Isn't there something about that like feels wrong? That just makes you feel a little you know? The vibes are off.
Now we're at the 43rd floor, and at the entry hallway, we have 2 private elevators coming up so you don't have to share your floor with someone else. Beautiful stone floors, plaster walls, and on...
Oh, do you guys want to hear something scary? Really tall skyscrapers in New York City have to utilize counterweights so the building can swing in the wind. Because when you have an extremely tall building, the taller it is, the more surface area the building has, the more wind is hitting the building, which is like an active force pushing the building to the side. And the more surface area there is, the more force is being pushed by wind, right? And the higher up that's pushed, the more structurally unstable it's going to be. So in order to avoid that, the entire building needs to be able to stay relatively rigid and to rock back and forth in the wind ever so slightly in the wind. And so the basement of many skyscrapers are a giant empty like space where there's just a big counterweight and it just rocks back and forth with the wind. That's a haunting image you just put in my head? Yeah. Yeah, that's how skyscrapers work, guys, especially the really tall ones in Dubai. It's becoming more popular a practice to do in New York City, too, as the skyscrapers get taller and taller. Yeah, like imagine like a giant hollow parking garage underground in the basement of the building, yeah. Yeah, that makes me feel sick. Yeah, just basically the most megalophobia fear is what you should be feeling right now. And guess what? That counterweight, to give you an idea of how big this has to be, that counterweight has to weigh as much as the building. That is how big that space underground, that basement space, and that weight are. It's fucking crazy, dude.
On the left wing, we have 3 bedroom suites, and on the right wing, we have all the common areas. So let's go this way. We have these 9-foot doors opening up to the living room, dining room, and kitchen. Mikey, let's get a close-up on this door handle. It actually has the outline of the building, which is really neat.
See what I told you?
Yeah, I saw a bigger version of these down in the lobby, and they were really, really nice.
Great. Now, as soon as you walk in, you're head on with the incredible views.
I'll honestly say... Oh, wow, it's wintertime, or fall or whatever. I'll honestly say the inside of these apartments is actually more inoffensive than, like, there... So many rich people places feel like they spend a bunch of money just to make it look more expensive. And I feel like I have so much more respect for rich people who spend their money on practicality rather than flexing, if that makes sense, right? Like, there's a big difference in my mind that from like a rich person who buys 10 cars and a rich person who has like 3 cars who are like, I don't know, like a really nice sports car, a supercar for the sake of like being a supercar that goes fast, and like really nice, like big sports car, not sports car, like what are they called? Like those big fucking vans. Like imagine like a Subaru van, but they're ginormous. They're like tanks. but they're giant, like SUVs, I think are what they're called. Like a big fucking SUV and, I don't know, like a really nice pickup truck for towing stuff and carrying stuff around. I feel like if you've got 3 vehicles like that, like the nicest you can get on the market, and like a submarine and a boat, and that's the kind of thing you spend your money on, like a vast majority of things, like a bunch of things that can do stuff that the stuff you have can't already do, and that's what you use your wealth for, I have way more respect for you than if you just like buy a house and invest millions of dollars into extremely expensive art just to have it up on the walls so you can look more rich. Or to buy like or people who buy like 50 Rolex watches or like 50 cars. I have so little respect for people who use their wealth that way. It's just like you're not even, I don't know. I know that it's something they like to do, and many people are into collecting classic cars, and that's what they're far more into, but I don't know. I hope you guys understand what I mean.
Of the Central Park. We have 14-foot high ceilings here. The views are unbelievable. Before we cover this section,
It's under construction, so there's a crane in front of the window.
I want to go this way. We have the plaster walls also here. Beautiful oak hardwood floors with this really unique pattern that gives a lot of character to the space.
This
And
honestly
we
isn't
have the dining
bad.
area here, but before we do that, let's go this
Like this is actually kind of nice. It's in these
way.
hallway areas I
This
don't
is where
like.
we have the wet bar. We get a wine rack
Like this is a bit.
Here.
I mean, it's fine.
small fridge.
This is one of the less nice apartments in this place. Many of them literally have. Here, let me see if I can find the most insane feature that is included. Oh, hold on. Dog.
Now that's how you get some fresh air.
It's a little bit
Dog.
tall.
I know, it's scary to look down. And when you close up, again, we have
Dog.
that reading going all the way to the end.
Imagine you're doing that, and just all of a sudden, the window pane just falls out. Hold on, I want to find the one where they're way higher up, dude. I want to find the one where they're way higher up. Actually, no. I want to show you an example of the type of rich, wealthy people's homes that I can respect. The kind that I actually think are respectable to some degree. Here it is. Okay.
What's up, everybody?
The only downside is they manufacture these things in Dubai, and I shouldn't have to explain to all of you guys why Dubai is super cringe, but these houses are fucking dope. If I was ever to like spend an absurd amount of money on like a house that's like rich people shit, this is what I would go to. This is what I would want.
Everybody, it's Ines here. Welcome to another episode. Today we're checking out this incredible floating villa, also known as Floating Seahorse, here in the World Islands. It has 4,000 square feet of interior space, 2 bedrooms that are below sea level, with 3 full bathrooms. And let's
You heard that, right? There is the bedrooms are under the deck, under the water. Check this shit
go
out.
check it out.
Dude, this is where it's at. Look how because it's a boathouse, everything has to be practical. Even if it's for show, it has to serve some practical purpose because there's so much like space restriction. And the style of it overall is just something I actually like. God, I could just live like that the rest of my life on that. Yeah, me too. I would live the rest of my life on something like this. This is an aquarium that has the backing of the open ocean. This is an actual aquarium. Like the coral and the fish are in your aquarium, and that is the open ocean behind. So they feel like they are in the open ocean. And you can see this is the deck up above. That's like the little net that you could sit on up on the front deck. And you got your little like chill out area here, and you can look out. Like if you're in really clear water, you can basically just look past your aquarium out at what's under the ocean. Underwater observatory. This is the kind of shit I want to see more rich people spending their money on instead of 500 supercars for no reason.
All right, we're gonna start our tour on the exterior.
The crazy thing is you could just tow this anywhere, right? Like, you would buy this thing, and then you would pay, like, because assuming you're really wealthy, you would pay to have it towed to whatever coastal region that you live in. You would just have to pay slip fees or anchor yourself in a place that you're allowed to, and you're good. Frankly, you could probably get satellite internet set up and have a fairly decent internet connection. You certainly wouldn't want to stream off of that internet connection or anything like that. Like, I wouldn't be able to have a very good streaming service right off, like, off the coast or anything, but I think you could get some pretty solid satellite internet connection, enough to, like, watch YouTube videos, maybe. I think right now, this little area that he is in, because that's, like, Dubai's main downtown, like, city area over there, right now, he's in the islands off the coast, the dredged-up islands. That's why the water is so silty. It's blue, and it's tropical, and it's, like, good water coming from the coast, but it's all silty because of how much unnatural dredging there is in this area. You can see just all this blank sand and the construction. They are, this could be those, like, fan-shaped islands, the palm frond ones, or it could be the one that's supposed to be, like, the world. But, yeah, that's where this is parked.
Here on this patio space, first off, our views are incredible. I mean, we have Dubai skyline right behind us, Burj Khalifa.
Dubai is built on slavery, my friends. Do not ever forget.
And we're at the World Islands, specifically in the Heart of Europe section. And they have these floating villas, which are these super cool structures. By the way, it's super windy.
It should suss you the fuck out if any celebrity or YouTuber or anything that you like goes to Dubai. I'm not saying it's always going to be a bad thing, but just, like, if they've gone to Dubai, they've 100% seen the horrible shit and know about the horrible shit happening there. Notably, it's extremely draconian laws around women and freedom of speech, and yet they still glorify it and make, like, vlogs where it's like, Dubai is the greatest place in the world. Look at the deepest pool in the world. It's so cool. Let's not talk about the fact this was built by slaves, and if you're gay and you come here, they'll, like, arrest you, and also women aren't allowed to go out in public without the escort of a man, and if you swear in public, you'll literally get fined and arrested. Yeah, and you're not, and porn is illegal. Yeah, like, we could just go on. We could really go on. Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. Like, if a YouTuber glorifies Dubai, I think there's actually got to be some sort of social reckoning for that shit.
Today, we're going to do our best to protect our microphones from the wind. And we're on the outside patio space right now. They have this section where we have the net. In fact, I'm going to step on it. Let's see. Oh, it's pretty comfortable.
Sex traffickers love Dubai too.
This is obviously a great place for you to sit down, relax, enjoy. And it also allows natural light to go to the lower level because they have 2 bedrooms that are below grade, which is just kind of amazing. And your views are...
I don't really care about his commentary, to be honest. I'm going to be completely real. I just want to see the house. Look at that. That's not a bad kitchen either. I mean, it's not the best kitchen in the world, right? Like, you would find yourself maybe struggling for some counter space. You could move these chairs, like these 3 chairs, and use this table as a counter, and maybe you wouldn't really struggle for counter space too much, but, like, there are so many people who've got smaller kitchens than this, right? And still make it work. I've got a smaller kitchen than this. My ideal kitchen would be bigger. The more counter space you have in your kitchen, the better. It's just... that is the reality of everything.
They have these unique openings in different sizes, allowing natural light to come in, but they're a little bit on the smaller side. That way, it keeps this room private, but yet you still benefit from natural light coming from this section. Now, behind me, we have the kitchen.
I feel like someone could, like, still see your titty, like, through one of those slots if they're, like, riding by on a jet ski. They don't offer that much privacy, let's be real.
You have your panel fridge. They're
basically people.
Small kitchenette design, but even here they have natural stone throughout, your uppers, vent, your cooktop with an oven down below, your sink, pretty much everything you need. And I'm assuming, let's see, that's your dishwasher right there, 24-inch. Love it. Also, they have these bifolding doors here, that way you can close.
A gay content creator I know moved to Dubai a year ago. I unsubbed immediately, based. But I still wonder how he manages, probably doing gay shit in private and being very, 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 very not open about it in public because that's dangerous as f***.
Close this off and almost convert this space into a bedroom, which is really nice. And I say bedroom because we have this opening here, taking us to a closet space storage area. But more importantly, we have this door opening us to a spacious bathroom. floating vanity design with 2 sinks, chrome fixtures.
Not a bad bathroom at all.
You have your wall sconces here, and even in your floating villa, you have natural stone throughout. I say even in your floating villa because we just toured the Swedish palace, and they have natural stone everywhere. And here they have the same.
I really would love, like, my dream, like, place to live is in a tropical location. Like, I would be happy in, like, a nice houseboat that has good internet, like, really good internet, parked in a really nice port town. Like, that would be awesome. Especially if it was a tropical port town. That'd be great. Instead of paying rent, you just pay slip fees. So the Bahamas, that wouldn't be a bad place. It'd be awesome if someone did what looked like a glorification of Dubai at first, but bookended it with images of slaves and fathers ducked up stuff in Dubai. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like we do need to get, like, YouTubers doing that clickbait. Like, imagine Mr. Beast, because Mr. Beast has done a bit of that glorification of Dubai, which is pretty cringe, but he kind of avoids it overall. I think he, especially lately, I think he realizes that it's not good to glorify it because he hasn't done anything like that in a while. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to see some people who have a serious platform talking about it because it really doesn't get enough attention. How fucking monstrous of a place it is. And they, oh my god, the way that Dubai so shamelessly creates community events centered around internet memes to make their city a viral, they want their city to be a viral internet thing, right? It's so hard to put into words, but it really clicked for me when I saw this video. Are you guys aware of what I said a little while ago about this trend of making like CGI videos of giant skeletons trampling cities? I love the videos. They're super cool. It's become a really big trend online. So what Dubai did was they did a light drone show of that, like, as virality bait. Like, their goal is to make their city a viral sensation so that they can farm tourist money. The oil money is drying up, and now they're going to have to rely on tourist money. And so their whole city is just a viral meme. It's like actually a joke.
Design elements throughout.
Yeah, and just in case this video comes out before that one, guys, you're just gonna have to wait and see that one. It's incredible.
It is incredible. It's one of a kind. All right, but now
let's see. The second floor is
if I
cool.
owned this
Oh wow, the fucking hot tub, dude. Listen, wow, that I could only imagine the kind of parties you could throw on a boat like this. Could you imagine the type of parties? People would be jumping off of the, like, breaking your glass balcony, jumping off into the water. That's the one downside. You need to be able to, like, these need to be made of ballistic glass and need to have, like, a motorized thing on them that you can, like, drop them, and they become like planks that people can jump off into the water from. Yeah. The sad thing is, so many of these things are owned by crypto bros. Ugh. Oh, to be one of those extremely gullible, low IQ people who actually lucked out with crypto and ended up getting really rich, and then also ended up going to one of those NFT parties and got blinded. Because that also happened. Like I said, they're not smart.
Floating villa. I would love to just stay here, relax, enjoy. By the way, we just turned on this water, the outdoor shower here. I don't want you guys...
Okay, I will say, what is the point of the outdoor shower, though, on the second floor of the deck? Listen, I'm calling out a design discrepancy here. I guess maybe the hot tub might be chlorinated and maybe you want to shower off, but you would usually shower off, at least in my experience, after coming out of seawater. I've never, like... I guess you do want to shower off chlorine. Yeah. That is true. But it's not as immediate as you want to shower off salt water. Like, whenever I would get home, like, whenever I'd finish up swim practice, I would just dry myself off with a towel, air dry, and then, like, get in the car, go home, and then I'd shower. But, I'd shower at the beach with those outdoor showers whenever I'd get seawater on me, because once that dries on you, it, like, crystallizes salt, and it's so unpleasant.
If I owned this floating villa, I would love to just stay here, relax, enjoy. By the way, we just turned on this water, the outdoor shower here. I don't want you guys to think that it's leaking.
Yeah.
Mikey got a little wet.
Yeah,
He was trying to figure out which direction or like whether it's a handheld.
If y'all watch the channel, I always like to turn things on, so I was getting a practice run in. And,
Yeah, he got his lesson out of
yeah,
it.
I got soaking wet.
That's a nice flow, but I want to see the bedrooms. This is the nicest part. If more rich people lived in places like this,
Now we're on the lower
I'd be less inclined to make fun of them.
level and we're gonna check out the bedrooms. First one starts right here, and as soon as you walk in, you see something that we have never seen on this channel.
I really wish we got to
great.
see this shown off in a place that had some actual water clarity and not the like dredged up turbid canals outside Dubai. Like if we were in some real clear water, the view you could get, like especially looking down at the seabed, would be phenomenal.
Below, not great, below sea level.
Yeah.
And you have coral right in front of your floating villa, and this is the view you look at. This is something else. We've never seen anything like this.
This is incredible. I feel like Dubai loves these kinds of things. Like there's a big underwater restaurant here. I don't know what else.
Yeah, because everything they make is supposed to be internet virality bait to bring in tourism for their economy.
There's a big aquarium in the mall we saw.
Exactly.
We've been kind of just exploring the city, and there's a lot of these kind of underwater viewpoints around.
I feel like people are not afraid to experiment here. They're like, that would be a cool idea, and they just go and do it.
Yeah.
They just make it happen.
If y'all are enjoying the Dubai videos, drop a comment. Let us know if you want us to come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rich people. That's the moral of the story, guys.